Recognise this?
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Love's love calculator. It's a scientific tool developed in ancient times to establish how much love there is in a relationship. Take your name and your lover's name, count the L's, O's, V's, E's and S's, add them all together until you have a percentage love match. You may remember it as something naff from school, used by geeky, largely single girls, meaning mostly single, mostly large girls. But it really works. Romeo loves Juliet, 98%. Edward Windsor loves Wallace Simpson, 99%. Ashley Cole loves Cheryl Tweedy, 29%. Ashley Cole loves big men, 92%.
Yeah, now I live in London. I live with this Italian guy called Francesco, such a stereotype Italian guy. So I was out on the pub and stuff and I was chatting up girls. Even though he speaks like English really well, he like, instead of saying like, oh, I was chatting up a girl or I pulled a girl, he says, I catch girls. Which is pretty weird. Isn't it? He comes up to me and he goes, oh, Adam, I cannot catch English girls. I was like, yeah, that's because you sound like a sex offender. He is a really weird guy. He once said to me, he went, Adam, and I went, yeah, and he went, in London, where are all the prostitutes? I was like, oh, fucking hell. I once got, when I first got to London actually, I got propositioned by a prostitute outside King's Cross. And she went, hey you give me £10, I'll make you feel very rich. I was like, I don't think so, I'm going to feel at least £10 worse off. You know what I mean? Unless she's a prostitute and a financial advisor.
I've worked in many office environments and I've noticed patterns of behaviour across the board, like how people react to the question, how was your weekend? Now, people who are single and people who are in couples differ when they answer that question. People who are single, in order to prove that they were much loved and did not spend their Saturday or Sunday evening reading Christina Rossetti poetry to the moon, have to, as a result, tell you every single last detail of their weekend, whether you want to hear it or not. Like, oh my god, I was woken up by a text message Saturday morning, 8:30, maybe 8:31, by my best friend I haven't seen for ages because she's been outsourcing rare orchids in Bermuda. She was like, do you want to meet up? And I'm like, I'm really busy myself because I'm having breakfast with an ex who's still not over me. And then I went brunch with my girlfriends on High Street, Kensington, but maybe I could fit you in between 4 minutes between the brunch and the lunch. Not to mention, between the hours of 9 and 11, I was battling a huge hangover from the night before when my friends decided to throw me a party when it wasn't even my birthday, just celebrate me being me. How is that? Photos are on Facebook. By comparison, people in couples invariably answer that question with stayed in and watched Britain's Got Talent, then ordered Domino's new steak and cheese pizza, and watched a documentary on ITV3 about a man who slept with both his parents and then at them.
But pedos. No, this is a true thing. I was walking through a park recently, and there was like the kids' play area, and there was actually a sign outside. Well done. There was a sign outside the kids' play area which genuinely said, "All adults must be accompanied by a child." Anyone else think this is a bit mental? Like, yeah, because what that means is now, if I want to go into a play area, it means I now have to adopt a kid. Which I don't enjoy doing, but you know. But yeah, how else am I going to get to go on the swings? Yeah. Also, is that actually meant to be a deterrent? You know, perverts walking around saying, "Oh, I love fucking kids." Oh, look at. Oh no, they've got a sign. Fuck. Yeah, cancel the gangbang. Yeah, they've got it. Well, yeah, it's trespass. You know, we don't want to break the law, do we? You know. We've got to have a child to get in. I know, it's a catch-22, isn't it? You've got to be careful, there's a lot of perverts in the world. I was watching a documentary the other day. When I say a documentary, I mean Eurotrash. And they have this thing on it all about these people who get turned on by dressing up as horses. This is a genuine thing. They have one woman like with a saddle and the other one riding around on her, and people getting turned on by this. And, I'm an open-minded person. This is where I draw the line. These are the only people world paedophiles look at and go, "You guys are fucking weird."
Look at this. Look. Let me get the light. Look. What's that? Receding hairline. Yeah? The dream is over. I'm fucked, man. This is my breeding years. These are my breeding years. It's going. It's on its way. And you know how when you feel like when you're pregnant and you spot other pregnant women? No. Well, I do. And I feel I just spot receding hairlines everywhere, and it's all, it's one of those things that forces you into marriage. You kind of like, I've got to get something because I'm going to lose my hair. I'm just fucking look like. I'm just saying this. If you see an animal in the forest losing its hair, you kind of think, shouldn't someone put that animal down? It looks a bit sick. I know it's wrong, but I'm facing it. Am I lost the audience now? The pedo stuff, fine. The receding hairlines. We know people with receding hairlines. We don't know any pedos. Maybe I could. I'm one of them. It's going. Anyway, the whole point of that story was just for me to bitch about life a bit, because the way to get through life is to be jealous of people younger than you that are more successful, or get angry with them, or take stock and be happy that there's less people less fortunate in the world. Like there's kids in Africa, yeah. For $1 a day, they could get bread and water. For $3 a day, they could live pretty much like you do. Hold on there. It's just let's just keep their heads above water. I need a little bit of third world poverty just to make my life seem better.
You're quite a nice audience. There's no heckling or anything. It's like the thing is, when you're a comedian, sometimes you get heckled, and when you get heckled, there's kind of like a fine line between putting someone down in kind of like a nice way, just putting them in their place, or an Aussie comic that I once saw who just every time he got heckled, just looked at him and went, "I hope your mum gets cancer of the ass." And I just say, there's a fine line between nice and stepping over it. And I think people get that as well, when you're kind of responding to people in kind of life. I say this because I went on holiday last year. I say I went on holiday. Also, as a comedian, sometimes your friends go on holiday, tell you really good stories that you don't come back and do as material in front of people. So I was on holiday last year. And while I was there, near me on the beach, there was this German couple and this Scottish couple. And the Scottish couple were kind of your typical chav Scottish couple. He's sort of wearing a string Ramsey Nesbitt vest. She's kind of spilling out of her bikini top. Looks like she's probably lactate deep-fried Mars bar. And they had this kid who was, for want of a better word, a cunt. He was like running around, kicking over sandcastles, swearing in Scottish. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Kind of like a cross between Robert Mugabe and Wee Jimmy Cranky. And I think it's his mum who grabs him. And she goes, "If you didn't cut that out, I'm going to give you a slap." Needless to say, with parents like that, he didn't cut it out. So she pulls down his pants and trousers in the middle of the beach and starts going, "Smack! Smack! 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 Smack!" She didn't say smack. I'm doing that for effect. "Smack! Smack!" The kid starts screaming and crying in Scottish. And then the German guy from the couple gets up, walks over to her, looks at her and goes, "In Germany, we do not smack our children." And she looked back without missing a beat and went, "Ah, well in Paisley, we didn't gas our Jews." Like I say, there's a fine line. Arguably, she stepped over it. Thank you very much.